The torpedo that sunk the Cheonan and took the lives of 46 South Korean sailors was fired by a North Korean submarine.
North Korea's weapons program continues to intensify.
Now surpassed 1,000 missiles.
Global leaders expressed concern over North Korea's latest atomic test.
Kim Jong-il's government strongly defended its recent atomic test as a rightful response to Western aggression. President
Good morning, Montrose. You're listening to KPAR 88.3 FM. Our top story this hour, 24 American civilians are dead in the wake of a shooting spree by a local insurgent group. KPA authorities are searching for
What's going on, folks? DIZGamersheep.com with review for Homefront from the developers of Chaos Studios.
So you take more punishment than a man could live through. Come on outside when you're ready. I'll show you around.
The story of Homefront puts you in a war-torn America that is on the brink of being taken over by a newly unified North and South Korea. America is in turmoil from huge events that led to America's downfall. Gas prices go up from problems with the Middle East. A flu virus breaks out and has Americans fleeing over the borders of Mexico, pretty much until it's been barred and no entrance is allowed. So you don't really have anywhere to go. But you take control and command of Robert Jacobs, an ex-Marine pilot who is captured by the newly unified Korea, only to be broken free by a resistance faction that is based in the San Francisco area and is one of the last hopes of supporting what's left of the US forces. Throughout the game, you will be accompanied with the characters of the resistance. Unfortunately, the other characters in the resistance get more time to shine in character development than your own character does. I found myself being more interested in other characters than I did my own. To me, that's a problem. Why am I even this character? And that was a huge problem itself, only to be led into a dead end, basically, to find out that a lot of the characters that you did get a lot of character development with didn't matter to the plot of the story, other than the fact that they are just in the same resistance as you are. The story pretty much fell apart for me when I realized I wasn't even sure who and why I was fighting. The supposed unified Korea didn't feel like it was even a takeover anymore. I just felt like I was fighting a bunch of no-name PMC guys in soldier outfits. And I just felt like I was shooting a bunch of random people for no reason.
Take a look. Just said controls were gone. They were. The next one's not due for another 6 hours.
Looks like they're early. If we're gonna attack, we gotta do it fast. Use what little surprise we got. The man on the roof.
Homefront is built off of the classic Unreal Engine 3. It supports a single-player campaign and a multiplayer mode. While the campaign is roughly only 5 hours long, the multiplayer did little to prolong even that time. I found the shooting to feel a little empty, a little off-target at times. Headshots absolutely do not exist in this game, and I found myself at times either emptying an entire clip of rounds into another player or getting lucky with a shot that was way off. The multiplayer contains 3 modes that are pretty standard: a deathmatch mode, a capture and hold mode, and a mode that switches between both of those. Maps can hold up to 32 players, 16 players on each side, of course. As players battle on, you are ranking up the level ladder, earning experience points for kills and objectives to unlock new weapons and perks for different classes of their choice. Homefront also offers a system of battle points that can be earned during the match and only spent during the match and cannot be carried forward to the next match. The single player did do a few cool things. I mean, you get this cool robotic tank of a vehicle called the Goliath. It's able to pretty much take on tanks. You're able to whip out a binocular type device to point out things for it to attack, which is pretty cool. So I was pretty much upset though with Chaos Studios when they decided to not do something different from other shooters, and that's bad AI. We've seen it before, and I was really hoping Chaos Studios would do something different. Homefront pretty much suffers from the AI characters who get stuck behind a chair, characters who walk right into you and just won't get out of your way, or the classic headshot, but your AI partner just runs right in front of you.
We need to get our hands on
so that's a
something
little
to kill that
upsetting.
RPG across the yard. Circle around to the right. Close barrel.
Homefront is not a visually satisfying game, nor is it a stutter-free game. Then again, it's not very horrible either. I found plenty of times where the game would come to multiple explosions on the screen, and it would literally look like paint was leaking out of my TV. But I really like the look of the game at times when the chills would come down the spine as the setting and mode was set right with the expression of the characters, coming across those scenes of a grim chill. For some reason, those character expressions were really good in cutscenes. The visuals of the multiplayer weren't too stunning either. It was a really fuzzy and grainy look throughout both the single player and the multiplayer. At times, I just was wondering if I was really firing at a person or just firing at a rock. The frame rate will drop at times, sometimes it'll be smooth. So Homefront was one of those few games this year that really grabbed my attention so far. I was really looking forward to something new. Unfortunately, not going to mention any names, but Homefront really tries to borrow a lot from a lot of other games. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, the downfall is that it tries to borrow so much that it cannot either copy or do better than. So it just throws the game into a pile of other shooters. Nothing stands out about the game, but that doesn't make it a horrible game. I would like to think that with all the potential and the room to grow would warrant a second iteration of Homefront. If it wasn't for the fact that it just wasn't a game that shines above any other shooters, it doesn't shine on its own merits, but at the same time it was good in gameplay at times and being stunning and shocking at other times, it just isn't enough to break it from the mold, and pretty much might actually have a chance of just being lost in the water where the game's already out there. So this is a review for Homefront. Check out GameSheet.com for a full written review. I am the DIZ. Please follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/DIZLAOBOI916. And check out GameSheet.com whenever you can. Alright folks, peace.
We're almost there. Stick close to the lead tanker and take out any press in front of us. Rockets in our left!